I know a story of some guys who were lured into buying a large piece of land somewhere, very interior. This piece of land was advertised very nicely. These guys were told that the property was 80% sold, and therefore there was a property tour to just get investors to invest into the remaining 20%. And so these guys belonged to an investment group. And so they signed up for the tour on a certain weekend. They were picked by a bus where they were supposed to be picked. And there were people, full in the bus. And these guys were excited because of the promises they had been given. There was the promise that there would be a university where they wanted to invest. There was the promise that another highway was going to pass next to them. There was a promise of so many things that were going to change the face of that place to an extent that the value of the property they were investing in was being forecasted to triple in less than 2 years. And so they were very excited. They were thanking themselves for taking the bold step of going to see this investment early enough before the 20% is finally sold off. So when they got to the property was so very far away from civilization. They were shown the things they have been promised. Someone would show them, you see that far end, that is where there'll be a university. Do you see this other end? That is where the highway is going to be. And so this excited them. And before they knew it, the other people who were on board the bus started removing, their bank deposits. Some of them apparently had made deposits already in the bank, so they were handing over their deposit slips. Some of them started asking whether they can be allowed to write checks. They had carried their checkbooks and they were actually writing. So these guys called themselves to a quick meeting and they told themselves, if we are not careful, the 20% that is remaining is going to be finished. So we need to be in a hurry to clear with this. And so the guys quickly checked out their group checkbook and they quickly signed a deposit and they secured a sizable piece of land, a sizable portion out of the remaining 20%. And they were happy because this thing is envisioned to triple in less than 2 years. Later on, they realized that there was no university coming where they were told there would be a university. To date, several years down the line, not even a kindergarten has come. They were also shocked that the highway they were promised, not even a graded Maram road or whichever size of road has ever passed there. There is no prospect that it is actually going to pass there. They were shocked that banks are not even interested in properties that far away from civilization. So it emerged later on to them that actually the 20% that they were told was remaining was not existent. They were actually the first people to commit to the purchase of this property. Everyone else who was removing their deposit slips, was removing their checkbooks, who was coming out as though they were committing to this investment, was actually part of the scheme to get them buy this piece of land. Never be in a hurry to invest in an option you have not understood, in an option that does not allow you to take time to think through. You will thank me later. You can do better.